Pastor Roy Gerhardt from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. This week we're focused on hope. That's the theme that we've attached to this first week of Advent. And as we think about hope, hope is the lifeline that all of us are clinging to. And you know, as we go through life, we realize the significance of hope, not just for a particular moment, but for the long haul of life. Because life is filled with many burdens that are not just momentary, but some that cling to us. I've come to realize the older I get that the more aches and pains I accumulate, so that I get up and I hurt in areas that I didn't hurt a few years ago. And I struggle with certain actions that were easy for me a while back. And it's become this chronic thing. And sometimes I deal with pain, just like you, that pain that just hangs on. And you can become dull to it at some points where for a while you ignore it like it's not even there, but then it will register in your mind, and all of a sudden you realize how you have been enduring it, how that pain never went away, and it's been sapping your energy and holding you back over and over and over again. And it just carries on like that. I also realize that with the passing of years is that we accumulate other experiences, some of them relationship experiences and dealing with people that also become like these chronic aches and pains. There are struggles and there is adversity that just doesn't go away, but it will impact our lives and stay with us, or it becomes something that you have to get up and deal with day after day after day. And for many people, that struggle is the place where hope has to hang on to us and give us the strength to carry on. Recently, I was talking to a friend of mine who was going through kind of a crisis, and he made a comment that really impacted me. That he said, before Christ was in my life, I might have just walked away from this situation. I might have just said, hey, I don't need all this, I'm just gonna walk, that kind of thing. But in Christ, he had found this strength to persevere, this strength to carry on. And I think we forget how incredibly important that is, to have a strength that allows you to hang on with longevity, that keeps you in a marriage, that keeps you in the fight with life, that keeps you getting up and working even when pain and woundedness would hold you back. That draws my attention to the woman who is in the story that we shared this Sunday. When we read the story of Jairus, who came to Jesus seeking help for his dying daughter, we get a twofer. There is a woman who is also singled out, who came seeking Jesus. We don't get her name, but we're told that she had endured a condition that caused her a bleeding problem for the past 12 years. So she had been enduring this bleeding condition for so long. And having a loss of blood, it affects us in many different ways. Losing blood will cause a weakness that affects your body physically. But on top of that, if you have a condition, and we're not told where this bleeding is coming from, but you have to deal with that blood where it's coming out. So it's not just soaking through your clothing. Where do you go if you have this bleeding condition that would show somehow? And on top of that, in a Jewish context, if you have any kind of physical discharge from your body, it makes you religiously unclean. So that you're not to go to the place of worship. You're not to be in contact with other people, because it's like a bad game of religious tag, that when you come in contact with someone else, you also make them unclean. And so you can be shunned from physical contact, from being in the presence of others, from even eating at the same table. So this is tragically affecting her life, and it's gone on for 12 years unabated. Well, when Jesus came to town, though, she had something that became this compelling conviction in her soul that if she could just touch the edge of Jesus' garment, just touch the very edge of it, that's all she needed, that she could be healed. Well, with that, she threw all caution to the wind. She pushed herself through the crowd and got to that place where she could touch Jesus. I picture her bent low, slipping through that crowd, her head covered, hoping that no one recognizes her, and then finally touching him and hoping to slip away then unobserved, unnoticed. But Jesus stopped and looked for her. He said, somebody touched me. I felt the power go out of me. That power was the power of God for her healing. And Jesus was aware, and he looked for her. This is so incredible, the way that he blesses her, not only with that healing, but then turns and looks for her to bless her and say, it's okay, your faith has made you whole. Listen, out of this, you and I can take hope. Hope that we have the strength to endure for no matter how long our struggle carries on. But we also have a hope in a healer, that even if our healing has to come in heaven, he is our healer, and we can hope in him. May God bless you today, and as you share his good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.